All right. Hel- Hello, guys. I'm about to make another video. Um, yeah, going back to the topic, and I've heard about 3 or 4 videos, and I'm going to show you the video, and it's going to talk about the latest thing about Michael B. Jordan. I'm gonna start with O'Shea Jackson. I'm gonna come down and just point it out. So here's the first video, and I'm gonna make my commentary afterwards. And shout out to these commentators' channels.
2015, I started my journey as a YouTuber, especially in what we call now the black sector of the internet. And of course, every region of the country tends to have its own culture. The culture of Detroit isn't the same as the culture of Chicago, which isn't the same as the culture of St. Louis. All of those cities are not so far apart. Just like the culture in Sacramento is not the same culture as that in Los Angeles. But one thing that I found out, despite many black men coming from different parts of the world, different time zones, different coasts, and different states, that all black men that I came across felt that women had no desire, or that many blended women in the black community had no desire to deal with men who were legal, upstanding, hardworking, and was not a womanizer.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that this is true, but I'm just saying that there were many black men who felt like that. So much so that in 2023, we're talking about the same exact thing. Now, I want to play this particular clip on TikTok where a brother is talking about the choices that many black women make in choosing a man. I think that most heterosexual black chicks think so these two zesty boys are a perfect example of what I was talking about men not being able to just face the fact that they not a woman's type.
In my personal opinion, growing up in the suburbs, he's 100% correct. And let's go over the most popular black women in our culture and their boyfriends, shall we? Sierra, Future. Beyonce, Jay-Z. Nicki Minaj, Meek Mill. Lauren and Nipsey, and before that her boyfriend was Lil Wayne. Megan Good has dated nothing but the bad boy for a long time. Listen, girls can say this whole stereotype is false all they want, but the most popular women in our culture tend to go for what? Yes, rappers. These black women I just showed aren't going for doctors, lawyers, engineers. They want the macho, masculine, tatted up black dude. And hey, if that's their type, that's their type. It doesn't matter what I think. But don't judge those guys for making an obvious observation that women in our culture tend to go for the thug type first. And then as they get older, they realize that's not the best move and they go for your Will Smith, Russell Wilson archetype. Right. Don't get mad at me, just get mad at the facts.
Now, if that doesn't burst your bubble, then the next video might. Because this is a black woman herself talking about the kind of men that black women choose.
And he'll say, I got a good job. Shit. I ain't got no kids. Shit. I got good credit. Woo, shit. I love my mama, love God. Go to church. Check. And we'll hit him with the, you know what, you just not what I'm looking for right now. It's not you, it's me. I feel like you're a little too much for me. Yeah, Ray will come with his 10 kids, 11 baby mothers, 10 unkept tattoos, 17 evictions, a bike, and a black garbage bag, and we will love the doodle out of some Ray. Ready? Yep. Okay, we be ready to cut a hoe over Ray. Go to war for Ray. Cut our family off for Ray. And he ain't got nothing to go for him.
So with that, we get in today's topic. There is a young lady by the name of Trillery Banks. Now, Trillery Banks, I don't know if this is somebody on Twitter or something like that, but she said something very important. Michael B. Jordan is cute, but doesn't have any edge. He just looked, I don't know, responsible. He looked like he know where his birth certificate at. Now, I know that sounds very funny, but to be honest, that's kind of what's going on here, right? And a lot of black men in Black America deal with that. And I'm not saying that all women have a problem with that or have a problem with black men, but it's enough for a black man to understand that, you know what, me doing the right thing might not get me rewarded. You know, because Michael B. Jordan, hey, he could be a good looking guy, but he doesn't have any edge. So what is that edge? He's not, I don't know, criminal minded. He doesn't want to shoot anybody. He doesn't have swag that will have 5 kids by 5 different women.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you mad he's responsible? Are you threatened by his responsibility? She looked like where he know where his birth certificate at. And I'm going to tell you why she has a problem with him looking responsible. Because a lot of women are threatened by responsible men. Responsible men. Okay? Because a responsible man don't have to put up with a lot of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing that a lot of ladies don't want to talk about. See, a lot of women in general, especially as they get older, and I've seen this in the black community, they will deal with certain brothers that, you know, they feel that are handsome, they feel that have swag. But one of the common denominators you will find out is those women will always deal with men that they have more than. Why is that? Because those men are always easily controlled. Easily controlled. What do you mean by easily controlled? I'm glad you asked that question. If a man is easily controlled, he can easily be put out or replaced. Okay?
Yep. He's right.
That's the thing. All the time. She don't have any respect for you. And see, with a man that has a lot of options, he don't have to put up with that particular nonsense.
Yep.
Because you're not going to talk to him any kind of way.
Right.
You see? Because when he wants to make his own decisions, he's going to do it. But a lot of women are threatened by men who can do just that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he can make his own decisions. Oh, he has lots to offer. Oh no, he's not gonna deal with you talking back. Oh no, he's not gonna deal with you running your mouth. Oh no, he's not gonna deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. But that's where the rubber meets the road, guys. You see, being responsible for a black man is hard to deal with. But oh, let him be a responsible white man. Uh-oh. Now we're in business. Now it's okay. Because you'll see some sisters will pass up on a responsible black man, but go out there and get a responsible white man or look for one. They usually don't get it, but you know, those things like that. And the situation is, if it doesn't work out, they can always blame it on the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know, this brother here's dusty. He don't have no money.
Mm-hmm.
He's terrible. He's this. He's that. He's all of that. This is what they want to be able to say. All black men are like this. Because if they can say that, there's no need for accountability. Who needs accountability when you can always blame somebody else for your problems?
Mm-hmm.
Who needs that?
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is, that's what you're seeing. Women want to be able to mold a man that they pick, that have, you know what I'm saying, swag, that got the kind of, you know, mentality to shoot up the club, and then think that they're going to go ahead and tame that guy and make him into a good, steady man. They're always wrong about that because it never happens.
Right.
That guy never comes. That guy never does that. But in the back of their mind, this is what they're looking for.
Yep.
And it's they're looking for something that doesn't exist.
Exactly.
So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson.
I 100% agree with that because that's what they do. They really chase down the type of dude, but say that a dude is corny, like Michael B. Jordan, before he blew up famous and big and started developing his body, his features and everything. And all of a sudden they see other women coming at them, and at this man. It's like, dang, it's like, and they get mad and make videos, and so it shined a light on them, like, why you letting this attractive man that other women find attractive, and they can't stand that, and they don't, but usually they know deep down they wouldn't be attracted to a dude if he wasn't at his point of his career, and he was just starting out basically like a college student or whatever. They wouldn't give him a time of day. And and I think it's both part on men and women, because you get some black men that kind of dog some black women out, and I admit that kind of left them really emotionally damaged. Right, picked the wrong type of man with the wrong type of character, and it's just that it was at a dislodgeable time in life. But you have women have dogged men in the same sense, and have told men that they're corny. So the reason why, to answer to why this keep coming up to Miss Deborah about was is because the women, like O'Shea said, have said this. The women in our community have said this. This is what they're really attracted to. And not only that, if you don't get that kind of energy, they think you can't fight to protect them. That's the truth. They won't think you. They think that you won't fight, so they gotta see you gonna like you gonna fight, um, to see that you will be able to protect them. I'm serious, and so that they can somewhat respect you in our community. But we don't want to talk about that part. But we don't want to talk, and so they see that you straight laced, and you don't get into conflict unless you have to, and you like, no, I'm not going to sell with my fists and with the gun right away. I'm a thinking man. So when you a thinking man, that kind of throws it in the realm of it. But that's the truth. What it's the truth. That's part that it's adapted. And so I was watching a stream. I was looking up at the stream on Phil Scott and from a Vice show, and he was talking about the same topic about about what is your opinions about what this young woman said about Michael P. Jordan being corny. And it was all these guys that came up online that some of them were in their 50s, their 40s, some that were told that when they were younger that they would make fun of and laughed at, and they try to talk to women when they try to start out in their younger years, and they develop. And some of them people that made fun of them didn't turn out so well as they were saying. All across the country, these are black men all across the country that told they were corny. They're guys that were engineered, they were retired from the military. One guy, I mean, these guys had some good jobs, but they wouldn't have been attracted to them. So he's saying, hey, once you broaden your horizons out, and all of a sudden you got these women that's making that same ones be making these TikTok videos that wouldn't give these guys a time of day. And like you said, now when they get up in years, and after they done chased around them bad boys that he was excited when they was in their 20s and their 30s, you got some women still chasing bad boys and trying to correct them as a project. But I need him to be a little rough, but he's not working. He's not keeping the job. He's not having some type of future. All he know how is be is a street thug. But that's about it. And maybe he might do something good in the bedroom. But that's about it. That's what it seems like it's probably that's what it is. But this is the truth. But this is next video.
With every Philip, it's been
So
cash back over
that's the reason why.
How much does it say?
$344 so far.
Download the app, search the gas stations near you. He can deposit his savings from the Get Upside app in his bank.
Passport bros will go to these countries and will post all these videos of them being in these countries, but then still have no wife or one single person that they're seeing and stuff. And I just find it so suspicious that a lot of the times these people come home with like 18-year-old girlfriends. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I've seen so many of these Passport Bro TikToks accounts be in these countries for a long time or talk about how they're living in these countries and stuff, but they still haven't found a wife.
Alright guys, let's tap into the theme song and move. Go! Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. I got a good one for you today, guys. Like always, before I get into it, I ask that you please like, comment, subscribe. Also, be sure to click the notification bell to ensure that you get my videos as soon as I release them. Now, guys, I want to let you guys know also what I do is say if a guy's been in sales, customer service, guy has IT skills, I help guys out with showing them how to get jobs online. So be sure to book a consultation at buymeacoffee.com/JTBF. And in there, you see very inexpensive packages to help you and show you how to get started. But anyway, guys, let's hop right into it.
So I want to talk about the darker side of passport bros that I feel like no one is talking about happens in a lot of the countries that these men go to. Because a lot of the countries are known for their fun tourism and stuff, but what they don't tell you is
Why do they keep making guys out to be, the most utter disgusting men ever? Like, what do you think is happening? You think guys that are running government is going across seas to look for women? Going to find, that nastiness, but guys on this, but let her finish.
happens, and it is a huge problem with Americans going to other countries to engage. And a lot of them will go with these children and take a bunch of pictures and bunch of videos and stuff like that and bring them back with them to America. And I feel like nobody talks about how a lot of these...
She's talking about the sick dudes that travel and take advantage.
Right.
Has nothing to do with the bros. Why would you go and research that, right?
Google it.
Right? You research guys that are leaving for that, which has nothing to do with us at all. And then associated with that. She's associating everything that happens from crazy people, right? That are leaving. Dumps it right, so let me put the spread on their shoulders. Boom, hold that load.
Passport bros will go to these countries and will post all these videos of them being in these countries, but then still have no wife or one single person that they're seeing and stuff. And I just find it so suspicious that a lot of the times these people come home with like 18-year-old girlfriends and you're like 40, 50, 70. Like, what do you have in common with them? Aside from the excitement of...
No, that's happening. I'm gonna tell you why that's happening. It happens in places like where I am, right? It is a certain situation where these girls may need them. I won't even deny that, right? I'll give you that. If you want to say that, you can say that. But what's happening though is the women that are doing that, they want those guys because those guys are securing their income, right? Whether they're retired or if they're not retired, they see, they can tell they have money, and that's what women want. So, and that's the situation where women that actually need that, because most of the women I know where I am don't need it. They don't need it. A very small percentage of them do. But you know what they'll do though? Put it on every situation like she's doing right now, and so what you're seeing that happening. You know what's guys that are coming here doing that are getting divorced.
Right.
And it's not their fault. The women are divorcing them after 20, 30 years. Oh, honey, because they had a fling with Chad, right? Pretty much made them pay. They'll divorce their husband and think, oh, they got their groove back, when it's so far from the truth.
Of you being older and stuff, and do you really think that they're stopping at the age of 18, that they're limiting themselves to 18, and that's the lowest I go? No. A lot of these men will get these workers and not even ask their age, will not ask, like, oh, how old are you, identification, nothing. They'll pretend, because when they get caught, they're gonna act stupid and be like, I didn't know. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I've seen so many of these Passport Bro TikTok's accounts be in these countries for a long time, or talk about how they're living in these countries and stuff, but they still haven't found a wife. They still haven't found anybody to be with, or they still haven't found like a somebody to go on dates with, or something, or somebody to constantly see.
There are guys that are leaving that are finding a wife. But you don't want to talk about that, though. You don't want to talk about the tons of guys that leave and find a wife. You don't want to talk about the guys that leave
Right.
and leave broken. You don't want to talk about that, though.
Right.
Right? But you won't talk about that. What you're going to do is you're going to put out the bad. Make us seem like the earth when it's so far from the truth.
Right.
The reason why you're hating is the guys that are leaving could actually probably fulfill your dreams.
Emotional damage.
A lot of you women want to go travel the world, right? You want to travel the world, you want to see it all. What do you think a lot of passport girls do? They're traveling the world and seeing everything, seeing it all. They meet women from everywhere. You could be that same woman these guys are taking. That's why, of course, she's upset.
They're always just traveling the country and talking about black women in America, or talking women in America in general, but you never see them come home with a wife yet, and months that they've been in this country.
What are you talking about?
And I noticed that a lot of countries have been warning their own citizens about passport bros and stuff, and a lot of these passport bros are saying that their fun in the countries are being ruined and stuff like that, or the tourism is being...
And you know what, guys? Most guys aren't trying to come back. If every guy could stay in that country, they would.
Ruin, or feminism is ruining their fun tourism, when the whole objective of you going to another country is to find a wife. But somehow, with all that money and all that high valueness that you had, you still can't find a wife.
None of your business.
After being in them countries for a long...
How is this movement ruining these guys' tourism? No, you guys can't have fun. I don't know where she's getting that from.
ICE has literally gone to other countries to arrest American citizens who engage in this type of behavior. So this is not their first rodeo or whatever. This is definitely not a new thing, but I feel like it's just not being talked about.
Why does she look so serious?
Why so serious?
She looks angry. She's like, yeah, I told them. Look at her, guys. So when she's starting a rally.
No. So when the news comes out, or there's investigations going on in other countries of certain American citizens going to other countries to engage in this type of activity, do not be shocked, because it's always been happening, but now I think it's becoming more and more popularized.
Yeah, you know what she's talking about. It's not so much passport bros that's happening with, right? Like a lot of times, guys that are retiring in countries, that may happen, but still, not really, right? Like, guys aren't just going, passport bros aren't just going out, and just, that's the only thing they're doing. They're trying to get women that are actually in the street, right, and do it that way. You do have some guys that partake in that, but who are you to talk about it, right?
We always have a choice.
You're over here, and wherever you are, right, just hate, because that's all you can do, is jump on TikTok, complain, and strike up some kind of controversy for clicks.
Of course.
Right? I'm sure if I went to go look in your TikTok right now, which I'm not, I'll see, yeah, girl, you told them, girl. You told them, and the thing that should be happening, right, is you should start working on yourself. Especially if you don't have a man. If you don't have a man and you're feeling upset that guys are leaving,
Right.
look within. Say, okay, guys are starting to leave.
Right.
Guys are talking about the things we're doing wrong. If you don't see the things that's happening that are wrong, and
Right.
say even if you were doing those things yourself, right? If you don't honestly see the problem, but you probably don't. That's the problem. And I think that's the big problem. Is a lot of women don't see the problem. They don't want to see the problem. They'll never see the problem. What had to happen is guys had to leave. And now women are bashing guys. It's making more guys go, oh, wow, man, what she's doing is recruiting more guys to go, right? It's wow. But you really feel that fire in your heart because you don't want guys to go. And I gotta play that March clip. Please don't leave. That's what it is. Please don't leave. Why did you leave? But guys, I don't know what's going on with women thinking that bashing is gonna get us to stay, or these guys run faster because they know it's more to life.
But you think, okay, so she said about the guys, right? But let's flip this about around, and I'm gonna go to the Phil Scott show and show you a young woman. Sister doesn't have, the sister realized she doesn't have any kids to take care of after wasting her prime birthing years. Watch this. This is gonna happen to a lot of women when they wake up.
Building and protecting wealth is more
As
daunting
they get
than
older,
ever.
these ones are
Amid
too cute
global
and
market
sassy.
volatility, stock market losses, and
You wanna be
rising
just like this
inflation
woman.
have left investors.
So you got this sister that's come to realize some things at the age of 40. Something she should have thought about a long time ago when she was in her 20s and 30s. Let's review it.
Who is going to take care of me? I turned 40 last year, and I never really thought about, like, I don't have kids, and now my grandma's sick, and I'm in this family group chat with 11 family members. My grandma had 8 children. She's in Chicago. All my
Hold on. You 40 years old. And what were you doing in your 20s? What were you doing in your 30s, sis? You didn't realize you didn't have no kids? I know people that having kids around you. Can't say they wasn't. So you did not realize anything that you didn't have kids, but now when grandma is getting sick, and grandma had a lot of kids, according to what you saying here, and grandkids, and you seeing, wow, grandma got some support. And now it's dawning on you that you don't have no kids. Well, let's continue.
aunties and uncles are all in Chicago. I'm in Dallas. So I'm in a group chat, and it's like, well, who's taking night shift? Grandma's in the hospital tonight. Who's checking her medication? Who's taking her to the doctor's office? She can't walk. Who's ordering the medical supply? I'm a little concerned because I don't have kids, and who is going to be looking out for me when I'm older? I've always like dated people who had kids, no problem. I just never had like that itch to have kids, and I did date someone who had a vasectomy for a long time. I'm just like having a little panic attack, and I never really thought about this before.
Well, let's go. Let's talk about you. So you said that you never thought about having kids. You dated a man with a vasectomy, so you knew you couldn't have kids with him, and you was cool with that because maybe you was thinking about your career, like some of you do. In America, you think about your career. You want to scale up the corporate America ladder. You have to become a man to do that because you're competing with men. Okay? So then you get this career that you want, right? You're making a little money that you think is pretty good, but then life hits you over the head, and then you didn't have any kind of children. Now, you could say, because you know somebody's going to be smart, a modern woman will be, well, she can adopt. She can adopt a couple of kids and then raise those kids, and then they can be there for her. Possible, but it's still always in the back of a person's mind about what their own kids will look like. What you ladies have to realize is you got to think about your life, right? We all gonna get older one day, all of us, and you want to have, a continuation of yourself in the earth, and you want somebody to look after you, because even if you have a great husband or a great wife, they gonna get older with you too, unless you got someone very young. And from what I see sometimes with men who marry women that's very, very young, sometimes they start resenting them when they get older because they don't want to take care of them. That's why I always say don't get one too young. Get one at least young, but not too young. With a woman that can understand and she's a little bit more mature.
Right.
But your kids, and it's usually going to be that probably one out the bunch that's going to take care of you when you get older. Of course, I say take care of yourself. Don't become a burden on nobody. of course, we need to try to do everything that we can to take care of ourselves. See our doctors regularly. Try to exercise, try to eat right, try to do everything we can to prevent problems for ourselves. But in life, it's part of being fruitful and multiplying. And this woman did not do that. She chose not to. Now she's thinking about it when grandma is getting a lot of help right now. See, there's a lot of modern women in America and throughout the Western world that life is going to hit them. And I'm noticing life has been hitting them at that 40 range.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everything they
They're
did
the one
in
you
the
making all the
past
TikTok
20 years,
videos.
it started hitting them around 40, 41, 42. Like, dog, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I didn't really get a family.
Right.
I didn't really get this. I didn't really get that. Now that's some self-reflection, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe she could be accountable to herself in some ways, but will not respond like this lady responded. And some of them will get angry and lash out, like in the Passport Bros or any other man that's enjoying his life. You know what I'm saying? Because see, as men, we don't have to worry about, well, I'm 40 now, I can't have kids. If we 70, 80 years old, we can go out there and have kids. We don't have that limitation. But unfortunately, the way life is, women do. So you need to make these children. But she can adopt. She can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still not the same like having children that come through you. And women having that mother experience. But let me know what y'all think about, what she's talking about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing about it is, now it's really hitting them. Them the ones you're seeing with these TikTok videos. It was mostly some of them are older women are doing it. It's probably the same type of women that probably complain about these men going overseas. And probably some of them don't even have children. Or they have children, but they got to be so much that they drove the men away. They literally drove some men away. And that's the truth. And it's really, and he made another video, and guess what happened? What's really going on with the women? This is, if I had to say this to Sister Deborah, watch this video on the Direct channel. Watch this video when it comes to black men and black women, the Hebrew people. What's going on?
So it's one of the sisters that wanted to respond to a video that actually we covered, a few days ago, where this one sister was asking about why men really don't approach anymore, and we gave our take on that, but let's go ahead and review it.
I got a question for the fellas. How come y'all are not shooting your shot in person?
Okay, number one, I get that she was talking to me when she asked this question, but I'm going to answer it. A lot of you women are just rude. A lot of you are just rude and disgusting. And if a guy approaches you and you don't like him, like, you'll make a scene about it. Like, why are you talking to me? Like, yeah. Like, you get all loud and obnoxious. Versus if it's a guy that you're attracted to, like, you kind of lean into it more. You don't have to be so nasty. Do you know how much confidence it takes for a man to approach a woman?
Yes, as a man, you always expected to approach the woman. So you're always going to be vulnerable to that type of rejection.
Mm.
Men are human beings too. Do men like to be rejected? No, just like women don't like to be rejected,
Right.
right? So when you do reject a man, for whatever the reason, you may not, feel the guy, you could be, in a relationship, married, whatever the case may be. You can easily say, oh, well, I'm in a relationship, or I'm, married, or X, Y, Z, right? Now, the only time that I agree with a woman getting ugly and nasty is when you tell the man that, and then he keeps on pressing you after the fact, okay? And you walking away, and he's still saying something to you, now he's being disrespectful at that point.
Yeah.
But if he's trying to, approach you, sometimes you can even see him coming, approaching you sometimes. And sometimes you see him approaching you, sometimes you can move around or whatever, unless that dude's persistent, gonna try to move around and follow behind you, which, that's weird.
Yeah.
But some guys do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, no, you don't have to be mean in how you respond.
I've had men tell me personally that they waited to approach me until I was by myself or as I was leaving the club because they didn't know if I was going to freak out on them in front of my friends. Like, you don't have to be so nasty. Just do a nice, simple, sweet decline, like, oh no, I'm taking it, whether you are or not, and keep it pushing. Don't be rude.
There's another thing she mentioned about their friends. Let me tell you something, ladies. Most men is not going to approach you when you're with those friends because most men know you're going to have a hater in that group. You're going to have a booger wolf somewhere in that group, unfortunately. And men just don't want to approach you. So if you always hang around a bunch of women all the time, that's probably why no man's saying nothing to you anyway. Because it's too much going on when you're with this group of friends of yours. The guy may approach you a little bit easier at the grocery store before it happened, in a freaking nightclub somewhere, bar, lounge, or whatever. But if a guy approaches you, follow her advice. Her advice was the right advice. This is advice that your mammy should have gave you. How to turn down a man if he approaches you. But no, some of you modern women, you gotta be ugly, you gotta be rolling your eyes, gotta call people names, like calling them weird and all of that. But really, at the end of the day, you keep being mean to people, you're gonna end up being by yourself. You can be nice to people. On time, once again, I say that it's okay to be snappy is when you told the person, like she just said, oh, I'm taking the XYZ, and you going by your business, and this guy is still, trying to follow behind you, he's trying to grab your arm or do something like that, then, yeah, let loose on it at that point. Let loose. But let me know what y'all think about,
I agree with that if a guy doing something like that. But anyway, because that's the reason why, you see some of these women that are making these videos like this.
I feel like everybody's
And the
talking
reason-
about Bitcoin these days.
reason
Do
why-
you have any?
Yeah, thanks to cash.
It's truly amazing. It's like, no, we want people who actually match our morality, our ethics, etc. We don't want people who come from this individualistic, weird mindset, the selfish mindset that is so common in North American culture. And you're coming with that mindset to a place that is less of a individualistic mindset, more of a community mindset. But you couldn't find someone in the U.S. out of all the foreign women there. You didn't choose to find someone there, but you chose to go somewhere else. The reason the passport bros thing works is because when you're looking at poorer countries or women who want citizenship, etc., or women who need financial support, they will go for you.
This is my view on passport bros, and the only thing I can think to compare it to is something that I love, because that's what you're doing, right? You want to go overseas to go find a woman, they want to find a partner, they want to find love, right? Well, I love food. Food is a love language to me. I love cooking for some people I love. I like going out to restaurants, but I don't really like eating at restaurants. I prefer to just go get food and bring it home. Stay with me. I completely understand. You want to defend the local cuisine. However, if all you are surrounded by is fast food,
If you're men, come to the Philippines or Thailand or any other Asian country, it's because they lack Asian spice or spices.
see where I'm going? It kind of makes sense to be willing to travel to find something a little more authentic. And again, there ain't nothing wrong with cheap, fast, and easy, but long term, you want something that is going to nourish your soul. And don't get me wrong, men will happily run through McDonald's, but not when there's something better at home.
Now, I can't even lie there for a Western woman to break that down pretty good, but she was pretty accurate. If I have been experiencing fast food, Western women, no doubt about it, when I was younger, I loved fast food. My first experience with fast food was Burger King, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, McDonald's, on and on. But eventually, as I turned the age of 24, 25, I did notice this stuff wasn't healthy for me anymore. But now that I'm older, I think I would like to go to a international restaurant and try something different. And that's what these men are simply doing. I know a lot of black women hear the little comments we make about them, but it really has nothing to do with them. It's not nothing personal. It's just, we're trying to clean our palate, if you know what I mean, and just try something different. And I would like to say that we will return one day, but we won't. We will not return back to, fast food ever again.
Black men been rock stars. That's why I married a whole black passport, bro. Black women are just jealous in this room. Free. Do you know where black men come from, honey? Black women. Do you know what your mother-in-law is? A black woman. Do you know what your daughter's gonna be? Half black. Still a woman. Oh Lord, it's a delusion for me. I don't care how much passport bros don't like black women. Guess what? You wouldn't be here without us. We create you. We birth you. So if anything, you ladies owe black women everything because we created these passport bros that y'all also love, which y'all should because our black sons are amazing because they come from amazing women. Okay?
Well, thank you, ma'am, for reminding us of how we got our Earth suit
Yeah.
on this side of the Milky Way galaxy. And we do appreciate your almost correct biology lesson. But just like a lot of modern Western women, they try to forget the part of you need a man's sperm to put it in your egg to make that baby too. The man is the ultimate seed of life. And she even knows this. She's a single mom. A lot of women would love to forget that even though this child looks like their father, they try to act like that man never played a role in bringing that baby forth into the earth. And a lot of the women overseas, they do want to bring forth children and have a family-based structure, unlike Western women. And that's why men, I know I keep repeating it, are leaving.
No, it's because they know that you're dangerous. Okay, so I have been a target of a lot of these passport bros types because I'm a foreign woman living here and I'm very traditional. Pretty much every time I met a black man, he thought it would be a flex to say something like, "Yeah, I like my women foreign," etc. And yeah. You know why I don't want these kind of guys? It's the same reason women don't want these kind of guys in Brazil. It's because they hold American values and yet they hate American women. It's amazing.
I don't know why she keep calling herself foreign. You are a Americanized Western woman now. So
Right.
the fact that you was brought over here pretty much ruined you. And that's another example of why these men are leaving. If a woman can move to the United States and over the course of
And I don't blame
6
them.
months, her whole ideology can change. Come on.
It's truly amazing. It's like, no, we want people who actually match our morality, our ethics, etc. We don't want people who come from this individualistic, weird mindset, the selfish mindset that is so common in North American culture. And you're coming with that mindset to a place that is less of a individualistic mindset, more of a community mindset. But
I like what this woman says on this one video.
Would you tell your
Shout out to
girlfriend that you're about to inherit $1
Raul
billion?
on his channel.
What I'm realizing is that women, especially black women, are a special kind of stupid.
Well, that's a bit harsh, don't you think? Well, here's a few videos that may prove our point.
If you're a man and you feel that the woman that you're dating or talking to is not submissive enough or she doesn't show her feminine side enough, it's kind of on the man. A woman will let down that guard if she feels safe around that man.
So is it fair for a man to say, I would provide, protect, and do everything masculine for you if you maybe feel like you are feminine? It wouldn't never happen if we held back.
Men can never lead in their femininity until they meet the right woman that can make them masculine. So I don't know why the roles are so flipped on a reverse. I'm in my masculinity until I can be a man that can make me feminine. It just sounds crazy. Like,
Exactly. As a woman, I'm going to act masculine until you, a man, do something to make me be feminine.
What I'm realizing is that women, especially black women, are a special kind of stupid.
But like my daddy, men like my daddy, them who work 4 jobs. I mean 4 jobs. And then come home. But the these days, they ain't built for it. They ain't built for it.
Okay, so this 65-year-old single woman got invited to a panel where she got her hair done, picked out an outfit, and sat in this chair, knowing full well that she's going to be on camera with a microphone in her hand. And she's sitting there using the N-word publicly. I don't have to guess why she's single. I guarantee you, in every relationship, she knows everything, so you can't tell her anything. And it's either her way or the highway. And her way only benefits her. Talking about men back in the day who used to work 4 jobs. There ain't enough time in the day to work 4 jobs.
They scamming, that's it. It ain't built for it. They think that's a real job.
You see, they always bring up the worst type of men. This gives you an idea of what type of men they spend their time around. I know plenty of men who have regular jobs and they're not out hustling people. And I know a few hustlers, but I don't spend any of my time around them. Do you feel like you're fighting a losing battle against the dreaded holiday weight? If so, you're not alone. A recent survey revealed 52% of U.S. adults.
Typical scenario. Girls really don't be hitting up guys like this. Would you be okay with your long-term monogamous partner going to a nightclub, bar, or party-type environment where throughout the course of the night he's going to get approached, flirted with, and sexually pursued by numerous attractive women, some of which are more attractive than you and could potentially be a better partner than you, and these women are buying him drinks, getting him drunk, and enthusiastically want to sleep with him that night and steal him away from you? You're going to tell me you'd be okay with that?
No, definitely no.
So you can see how this can be a little contradictory, because none of you would be okay with it, right? But then you say guys should be okay with girls going out all the time.
We were receiving criticism for saying, like, it's a deal breaker if a girl's regularly going to clubs without us. That situation that he just described, that you guys would be okay with happening to your boyfriend, that happens to women all the time.
Think about it. Woman
Which
gets
is why we're saying we're not okay with our long-term partners putting themselves in situations like that.
It puzzles my mind why so many women don't understand this. Men don't like their women going out partying all the time and drinking with their friends without us. And it has nothing to do with us being insecure. If you have a man at home, why are you going out partying so much with your friends anyway? If he's staying at home and you want to party that much, you need to stay single. And then they have the nerve to go out looking like this.
What I'm realizing is that women, especially black women, are a special kind of stupid.
It's not you, brother. It's my requirements. I require dates. I require flowers. I require morning texts. I require someone I can rely on. I require truth. I require stability. I require a backbone. I require strength. I require someone that's spiritually inclined. I require growth. I require originality. I require a leader. It's not you. By no means it's you. It's my requirements.
And it's great that you have all those requirements. But what does the man that can fulfill all those requirements get in return from you? You see these videos time and time again from these type of women. They sit around talking about all the things they require from a man. But in the same video, they never tell you what they're going to give of equal value in return. And I guarantee you, if you ask this woman what she's going to give him in return, she'll give you all a bunch of general answers. Answers like love him, honor him, support him. You know, the basic answers. But in reality, the majority of these women say they want individuality from a man. But they themselves are just like all the rest of the women out there. And that's why most of these women that make these videos with all these requirements will stay single. Because they're just like all the rest of the women out there.
When I say pay attention to the type of women a man has dated before you, I genuinely mean it, and let me tell you why. If a man has dated women before you that are not bad, not getting money, not having their way.
And she started off with everything that a man does not look for in a woman.
Flat out, he's just not going to know what to do with you, and he's B, going to be used to dealing with the type of women who are just happy to be there. Happy to sit down, happy to shut up, happy to accept the bare minimum because they really can't do nothing.
And yet another knucklehead single woman teaching single women how to stay single. If you got the right man, a good man, shouldn't you be happy to know when to be quiet? Happy to know when to go sit down somewhere? And oh yes, he will know what to do with you. He'll just get rid of you. Everything she just described is what the Bible tells us to stay away from in a woman. Proverbs 21:19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman. Definition of contentious: quarrelsome, argumentative, debative.
They don't even realize that as a woman, you are always surprised.
And now she's teaching every woman is the prize, no matter how she acts or what she does.
They're just happy to be in this man's presence. They feel lucky. It's hard being a man's first bad B.
Now she just said women are the prize, but now she's calling herself the B word. She's saying he won't know what to do with you because men keep getting rid of her, and she's misinterpreting it as he doesn't know what to do with her. But the reality is, he doesn't want to deal with her. Men of quality are not looking for bad B's. They're running from them.
Because he really just don't know what to do with you. He won't know what to do with you. He won't know how to do all of the simple things that it takes to uphold having a real bad BITC as his woman. You gotta pay attention.
This is like watching the blind leading the blind. Yep. Keep listening to this knucklehead, and you're gonna get exactly what she's gonna get in the end, living the rest of your life alone.
What I'm realizing is that women, especially black women, are a special kind of stupid.
Would you date a guy that don't have no money, but he treats you so good?
I'm not gonna date a guy just because he has money.
No, he has no money. Like everything's.
It's like dating a bum. Like, I'm not gonna date a bum,
But he treats you well. But and then again, he make ends meet.
Why do?
But if you see a guy, he's mentally like there.
He broke, but he making his.
Like he has a 9 to 5, but he barely making. He make $1,000 a week.
You just said he's not making any money and he's broke. Now you're saying that he makes $1,000 a week. Will you make up your mind?
That's nothing.
$1,000 a week is a lot of money. That's $4,000 a
After
month.
taxes, is $800.
That's not
That's
broke.
not a broke.
See, that's broke.
That's broke.
Okay, that's not broke.
Are you starting to see why some of these young girls are single? She says $800 a week is nothing. And then you wonder why so many of these guys are getting their passports and going to other countries. $800 a week means that you're making what the average earning man makes here in the United States. And if he's in her age group, when she looks like she's only about 21 years old, that means he's doing pretty good.
$800 a week is nothing.
That's different
Right?
if you're making more than the guy.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Still make ends meet, like I said, with his little 9 to 5, but he treats you so good.
His little 9 to 5. Little girl, I'm gonna need you to go take a nap.
Like,
So what are you doing in that situation?
I'm with him.
Are you with him?
I'm not with
But how
you.
you treat? But how you treating him? though?
I'm not with her ass. I'm not with
How
her.
you treating him though?
When they put Lil in front of it, you know how she's gonna treat him.
Where's little 9 to 5? How you treat him?
How I treat him?
Yeah.
How you treat me?
He get you upset one day. Where's little 9 to 5? What you telling him?
That broke ass.
Oh my God.
You see, it's all about money with some of these women over here in Western society.
Right.
She's basically saying, I'll respect you if you make a lot of money. But if you don't, the minute I get upset, I'm gonna disrespect you, call you out your name, and I'm gonna put you out the house. And these passport hating women have the nerve to say that the men that wanna leave are the only ones that's the problem.
What I'm realizing is that women, especially black women, are a special kind of stupid.
Okay, she said it, not me. But after watching this video, does she have a point? Hey, somebody had to tell me, and I love you, so it might as well be me.
She hit it right on the dog. She hit it right on the. But I'm gonna comment, go on from here. That's the reason why. That's the reason why men are leaving. That's why some of the men among our people want to go to other women in different countries and marry them. That's why we marry out. Because when you have women in your own country telling you something like this, what do? You just put up with it? Now, it was one video where it was a passport. To be fair, there was a man that, and I might put it on my next video, where he didn't care. He was a modern man that had his mindset that he's gonna make babies, and he ain't gonna take care of them. But it's the same type of woman that chase behind these men. And you have certain social media well-known black women. There's a few, and I'll show you one right quick. I'm gonna show you this person right quick. And this person been coming at the guy who's been passed away. And
people ask, what's
Her name is Cynthia G. Okay.
the secret to making
She
money
she
by
always
uploading
says
videos?
that black men
Well, the
don't
truth
build
is, there's no
nothing.
secret.
But she said that black men don't build nothing. But yet, if she, now, and she comes off real smart and real intellectual. But yet she talks about the men. But yet when she picked a man for herself to bring life into this world, she picked a man that already had multiple children. And the fact that and I don't understand with some women, like I don't understand with some men, why couldn't you find a man that don't have no children when you did before you? Why would you create a baby with a man who already have 5, 6 children? I mean, this is what I don't understand. But yet you come back and tell the man that they ain't one of the type of women that get angry, pissed off, and that black. But you lay it with some of the black men who have multiple babies from multiple different mothers, just like that one woman said. But then you critique the men that men haven't built anything, but the men who have mobility to build something, you critique them and saying that they dusty and they broke. But yet you pick a man that does, and then you criticize a man who's already deceased. That some men, that they pretty, like his talking point. That's Kevin Samuels. But yet, but if you're a smart woman, and this is what I understand, y'all, that this college, well-spoken, college-educated woman, why would you open up to your womb to a man that got multiple children? Can anybody answer me that? Why would you open up? And I'm getting, it's like, it'd be like you can criticize the man and say, why would you lay down with the woman that got multiple different kids and you don't have a kid of your own? It doesn't make no sense on either way. And then you wonder why you get her pregnant and you end up on child support. So you like the 7th or 8th man, the 10th daddy to that's a tag along with this child. Your child's have brothers and have sisters, and then it's a lot of conflict because you couldn't spend $5 in contraceptive since for the past 50 some years, and put a Jimmy on it before you lay down, and then something happens, and you would do if you were smart, you go overseas. You want to protect yourself so you won't end up with the child. I mean, it's as simple as that. I don't understand, and it's the same thing. I would say, what is wrong? So let's critique this all the way around, because there's some men that do some dumb stuff, but there's some women that gave their womb to these men, and now they're angry and they get pissed off and they make these TikTok videos critiquing men that they had a chance but they shot down in the prime of their time. Men that they said it was too nerdy, men that said you geeky, men that you wouldn't give a time of day. Now, like you said, you like Phil said on the one, you get 40 and it hits you, but you so strong and independent and college and smart educated. But you didn't think relationship wise. Where you have a woman overseas, her goal is she's education that counts with some women over there, but they value relationship. They value family, and so part of family is having a husband, and doing what it takes to critique to be her better part of the woman, to make a better part of half of a unit, of a team, husband and wife. And you have some women here in the States that don't have that. That's why. So that's why speaking as the men aspect, why they're going. And you've been telling that you're corny, but these corny, lame looking black men who are really supposed to be the people of the Bible, but you got your own women that shoot you down when you try to talk to them with some talk to them, they some like the woman said, they talk to you so mean. And so what the man's supposed to do? What is it, what are the men supposed to do? But you have some people saying, I don't know why our men going to these other, why some of these men going to these other nations. That's why, because like black men, like any other man, want a relationship too. But if your own women ain't give you a time of day, what you gonna do? Just sit down and hunker down, and just take it all? What you supposed to do? That's what I would say to Mr. Brewer, redirect. That's why some men are going over there. That's why some men are marrying out and are going out. It's not that they do, it's just that they want to be happy in part of life. And some people said the Bible said that, and you got some Hebrews saying that, yeah, but not every Hebrew woman don't want to submit. Okay? They don't want to submit by the Bible. You got something, they want to go. They want to go their own way. Then, and even if they don't, it takes the Most High God to wrestle with that spirit to get that woman to be a wife. Because when a woman you get past a certain age, get past the age of 30 on up, her mind is set. She's not going to submit to you. How you going to get a 55, 65-year-old woman if it's not already in her to submit and share her life? And some women, let's just face it, when they get that age, they set in their ways. They don't want to compromise, and they used to have them if they've been single for a long time. So that's why some older men go to younger women that have the tolerance for it, because because they set in their ways, and they instead of being more like a companion, they'll turn around be more like your mama. Try to talk down at you, like you know what I mean. And some men don't want to wrestle with that. I can only speak on the man aspect of it. But yeah, this is the truth. You need to understand why we separate as black men and black women. Because sometimes, and I see why are men going out, and I get on just as women. I mean, I see you mentioned about that, but you need to know the whole, to women, to people like that, you need to know the whole story. So that's why I paid them 4 videos. To give you aspect of this is what the men are saying. Listen to the men. This is the reason why our men go to other different nations of women. This is to black women in America and elsewhere. This is the reason why that someone to go overseas. And it's not necessary that even if they meet a white or Asian, a Hispanic woman here, because we already know that she might be under the same spirit. Is the women is entitlement and everything else. So it's not having to do with that had to do with that, because you hear the other men in the same community talking the same thing. They have the same problem with when that they were kind of geeky and nerdy and corny and shit. But when they got older, they start, they found a way to make money. Now these same women want to criticize, want to call them creepy and everything. Some of the same women that will give you a time and day. So that's the reason why. You want to know, that's the real reason why. But just like black men. And black women have told this straight to their face. Laughed in their face. Be mean at them. But yet but when they pick a black man, ain't worth it. That's been, he probably about to get locked up or already been locked up, and give them that physical, kind of aggressive, way over assertive energy to the point that it's borderline abusive to the point, and that's the only way she respect you. You got to rise to I'm serious when I say this, because I haven't even witnessed. And I said, my mom went to married a man like that. But it's like when you see him as a whole man, is he planning the future? Is he thinking about you? As he's still trying, he was my stepfather. I'm sorry to say that he's gone now, but she picked a dude that want to go around back the street. He come out of jail. He's 60 years old, thinking that he's back in his 30s. I seen my own mother go through this. So she ain't even mature enough to understand that. And you know, you've been abused. She's been abused by another man that was married to her when she was younger. But my mother, and I seen this with my own mother. My sister went through, but my sister and my aunts got some sense of finally encountering a good man. But people like my mother, women like my mother, I'm sorry to say I love my mother, but when it comes to relationship, that's what they pick. They pick men like this that all about that street talk and fascinating talk, but when it comes to having a future and having a plan, you trying to corrupt and make him and mold him into a man that you can't make that man into that man. And if he a thug, if he not willing to change his ways and change his mindset as a man, and he still thinking that he's some hood dude in the street, and he's still acting out like the hood dude from the time he got put in the jail and the prison. That's why I said I've seen this. Why you got somebody? Because I don't want to meet a woman. I want to help one woman that come across a woman like in that aspect. As far as that's my own mother. I love her, but I hope I don't meet that kind. And I've always ran across women that want to chase down, but they really want you, but they really want this kind of a part thuggo dude. You know what I mean? And so like the one dude was saying, that's true. So the man with upper mobility, God has blessed them in education and whatever career that they have. And so the women overseas is not getting a thuggo. They not getting a Negro with 10, 20 kids and talking and being locked up 15 times. And they don't see the women. Them men, they don't have to have a man that they want to correct so they can fall in line of respect. They don't have to do that. They really want a man for who a man really is. They have sense enough to know this. But you got your American women are like this, and some of the American women are black women, and there's other women too. But I'm just saying, this is the reason why we going some of them passport bros are going over there, because it's what they told. These are guys you would never. And look here, you wouldn't give a time of day to, because you think you'll find something on the physical appearance you wouldn't find really appealing, and you got a certain type of, he got some certain kind of swag to him. He got that hood Negro mindset. I love that, and this is what they do, and they respond to that. But these are black men ain't hood Negroes. They think of up mobility Negroes. And they mad. But like I said, not all black men is going to leave because you got your hood Negroes. So what you complain about? My thing is, what you complain about the passport bro? Why do you even care? Why do you even care? You're not even attracted to the men. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand these women, man. They're not even attracted to the personality. It's about a personality. It's a certain type of black dude. You're attracted to him. Because he gonna wrestle and argue with you and really come at you louder and aggressive. They kind of really say, "Ooh, I guess he really is a man. 'Cause he put me in check." I'm serious. And some of these women making them very videos. You see, they love a good argument and drama. They love to push your blood pressure to the point you're about to pop in your brain just to get the point across. A passport, some of you passport brothers say, I ain't dealing with that mess. I ain't gonna leave this world soon. And some of these women, they don't love you, because they shouldn't have to go to that extreme. But with some of these women in America, that's what they attracted to. They attracted to the drama, so they can create a project and say, then maybe I can get him church because I moving the way how I would. And then, like he said, that when he get out of line, they know how to call the cops on him and put him in jail. So they have some type of control. But at the same time, they're making and molding him, and they going back and forth. And guess what? And God forbid that there's any children have to witness this stuff, because they grow and see up that dysfunctional behavior. That's what it is. So yeah, that's why some men are leaving. That's why the men, and I don't blame them. So I had to show you those videos, and there's more I could have put on there, because I don't want to make this too long. But it's like, look at this, calling this man corny, but you wouldn't give him time of day back in the day. And I don't blame Michael B. Jordan, and he did it with such class, but it's like this: if a man drag a woman, that man is dragged all the way through that. He's insensitive, he's incompetent, he's an ass. But when a woman does it, saying that this dude was geeky, he was lame, he was this and that and the other, oh, it's no big deal. Your feelings don't even matter. It's kind of funny. But when reverse kind of, and luckily as a man, he kind of brushed it with grace, but he had a little reminder. Yeah, I know what you said. But he did it with grace. But it should tell you, people do listen what you say over the internet about them. But these same smart women that get on these panels, like your Cynthia G's, but they'll pick a man and get mad at black men, saying that we just about practically all of them that they ain't did shit. But yet you pick the men, you pick a man that you could have made a better choice of a man. But you go for the crazy, you educated, but you want something opposite because you want a project to fix. And then when you find out that it's not what you cracked up to be, then you get more bitter and more angrier, and then you come at all black men across the social media by saying that since the history of time they ain't create nothing. Ain't that something? And then when someone like Kevin Samuels says something, because he said something that sting, that it really sting real hard, then they get mad. That's what it is. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I ain't gonna make this video too long. But yeah, so can you blame the men for leaving? I mean, after hearing those videos, do you blame them? So that's the reason why some black men and some black women ain't gonna come together. And I know, and you can, whatever they violate this in the Bible and this in the Bible, it is what it is. Some people, it is what it is. And it's because there's always gonna be that kind of division. I'm sorry, it's just because it was laid out, and you really can't. Maybe it's an individual thing. I don't think it's a group. But this is to the ones that are always saying, why are we having this battle war? And don't they know it's, yeah? And some people give a right to it. And really, the men that won the passport was not intentionally to insult black women. Was not their intention. The intention was we're trying to find a woman. It has nothing to do because the woman that they came across in their life didn't appreciate them as a man. But it could have been, some could have dated, and other men too said, yeah, there's white women don't appreciate it. There's Hispanic women that's from America don't appreciate it. But it just started with the black passport bros went for it. That's what it was. And like I said, these are guys most black women would never be attracted to. They're attracted to fix a project, tat it up, and cursing up and cussing up and calling another black woman the N-word. Keep it real. That's what they're attracted to. That's a fact. And don't talk like you got some upper ability, that you talk like you got some sense, like the young man from the suburbs, because that's too square. And so you might as well just let that young man go and let him go ahead, because that woman, whatever woman he met with, whatever nationality she is, she wants the man for the man, not what perceived what a black man is supposed to be by this culture and this country standard. You got to be an N-word like they program us on TV. That's what it is, and people want that. And people, they it's like some people want. It's almost like some of these women, if they would date the devil. They would date Satan himself. Satan could be flip-floppy as hell. He could be smooth. He come as the most good-lookingest, whatever. But they like that. Well, maybe, and it's how goofy women are. some goop. They think that they can change the devil's mind. That Satan himself, if he became their man, that's when he said, you see how evil he is? He's not all that bad. You got women that dense they are. That's the truth. And they bad that, and they won't admit that. They admit that they're crazy. So this is what was meant talking about. Because that's what kind of men he acts like the devil, and so they think they can form him into Jesus. And you know, as long as he act like the devil once in a while to keep the relationship going, it'll be all right. But anyway, I'm about to get off this video. But yeah, that's the reason why. So to the ones that I'm gonna label this video, to start the be this long, but this is the whole explanation why. With behind these videos. Is sometimes go back and watch the video, and there's more videos, and it will explain to you why. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry bring this long, but this had to be a point. Had to stretch it out to get this out. Alright then, you take care and you be blessed.